Yeah, I still can't get over that lady where her daughter died and then she has a personal experience with her. I can't get over that. That ain't nothing short of amazing to me. I sent that out to everybody.
Yes. Awesome.
They'll be trickling in.
Hey, Mr. Jimmy A, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine, Leroy.
Yes, sir. Good to have you. Good to have you.
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Where are you at?
Oh, I'm in Michigan by way of Atlanta.
Atlanta?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in South Carolina.
Okay. My
Yeah,
daughter.
we almost neighbors.
Yeah, my daughter lives there. I drive there all the time. It's only a couple hours from my house in Marietta.
What city?
Oh, man, I forget the name of that city.
She lives in?
It's right off the border of Georgia. It only takes me 2 hours to get there.
Oh, okay. Georgia. Okay, let me see.
It's where the BMW plant is.
Greenville?
Oh.
No, it wouldn't be Greenville now. No, it might be Charleston. Might be Charleston.
No.
It's not Charleston.
Not Charleston.
Not Charleston.
Okay. You said it's right.
I know that. I know. It's funny. I mean, I never really noticed the town. I mean, the name of the town. I mean, I've only been there about 2 or 3 times.
Is it Aiken or Aiken?
That don't sound like it either.
Oh. Okay. Well, we know she lives somewhere.
I know. Put it this way: I know it's near the border because it only takes me 2 hours from Marietta, Georgia, to get there.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. All right. So okay. Well, I guess David. Yeah. Is this call a follow up to answer questions? Yeah. In other words, they'll have questions for you, David.
Dan, can you hear me? Dan.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I need you to do me a favor.
Uh-huh.
Can you send this link to my email because this phone is so small. I would prefer sending it on my email, but somehow it's not transferring when I'm trying to forward it to my email.
Sure.
So can you send it to my email?
Absolutely, yes.
So I can click on it, jerrysummer@gmail.
Okay. I'm sure it'll pop up on my phone once I get to it. Yeah, I'll be glad to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
hey, Jimmy, that's in Greer, South Carolina.
Greer?
Greer.
Yeah, that's it. That's the name of it.
Oh, it's Greer? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, how'd you know that? How'd you know that, Leroy?
That's the capabilities of Google.
Oh yeah.
I'm in Greer, South Carolina. This is Brenda.
Yeah, that's what.
Hey, Brenda, how you doing, honey?
Your call has been forwarded to an automated.
That's
the
BMW plant.
Well, that's in Greer?
Yeah.
Did you send it?
Jerry Summer at Gmail. Okay, got it. Okay. Subject call. And then let me paste it in here.
I don't know why Tracy's not calling your phone. Tracy, she's been calling and I've got this, and this phone's about to go dead.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay, Jerry, it's on the way.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, well, David, I guess you can get started whenever you'd like to.
I have and my phone's about dead, and I was on the other line. Oh, I know. No, I know. I'm saying you can. If she's wondering why I didn't take her call. Oh, it should be in your phone. Look under contacts.
Okay, wonderful. Oh, hello, everybody. Excited to be here with every single one of you.
Yes.
And it's a pleasure to be here speaking with everybody. And I have a lot of respect for Mr. Dan and Ms. Jerry Stewart and for their previous accomplishments, what they have done and who they are as a people, as a person. My name is David Nieves. I don't know if we met before or not, but I imagine we haven't. And just to tell you a little bit about my story, I've been in the industry of direct sales and network marketing now going on 14 years. Been in top producer in 2 different companies. Now looking into GPS, launching GPS in North America. And this really all started with, I was looking into, from my last opportunity, we had some issues that they were, we can say there were promises that were made, and I think we all been to that experience where companies don't live up to the reputation, or they don't live up to the words they said they were going to do. So I ended up looking, almost giving up in the industry, if I can be candid with you. I almost say, you know what, everything out there saw the same. It seems like it's either a coin company and people are jumping into, or some type of vitamin company, or some type of travel deal, or some type of Forex or investment deal. I kind of saw the industry going in that direction, and I really wasn't really excited about that. Nothing, I place no judgment on nobody, right? Everybody's putting food on the table for their family, but I place no judgment. However, it was not a direction that I wanted to see until I saw what GPS had to offer. And when I saw the technology of the future, or virtual reality, and I saw the results that they had already in Korea, knowing that we were able to position ourselves in a place before the masses knew about it, in almost the insider secret of business, I got really excited, because I saw myself recently. I saw a presentation from an Amway presentation. If you guys, we all know the Amway, the parent company, everybody, right? We all probably participated in Amway one way or another. I was in Amway almost 20 years ago. I was in Amway for 5 years, from 1995 to the year 2000. I was in Amway, and it was a great experience. But I saw a presentation from one of the CEOs of Amway, where he said to his people, he's actually having a leadership meeting with all their diamonds, and they said, and it was what they said was, from stage, they said this to people. They said, our focus in the next 5 years is to focus on creating better websites, better systems, and better applications for our distributors to be able to market our products on and on social media. And I thought that was kind of cool at first. I was thinking, wow, look at this. Amway, the big dog in town.
I took myself off of video, so I'm a woman stupid.
Is getting with the times. And that's when I was like, okay, that's cool. But then the same year, I saw a company, a gentleman by the name of Mark Zuckerberg, and I'm sure most of you have heard of Mark Zuckerberg, owner of Facebook. I saw him say from stage, from a presentation that he was doing, launching his company Oculus, his virtual reality companies. He said from his first 3 minutes, his presentation, he said, I'm shocked that we're still using websites and application and mobile-friendly systems to do what we do. He goes, I'm shocked. I don't understand why we're still doing that. It's 2019 and we're still doing that. So I started thinking to myself, I said, wow, here's an $8 billion company like Amway saying they want to get better at websites and applications and mobile-friendly systems. Here's Mark Zuckerberg on this same year saying, I don't understand why we're still doing this. It's 2019, I'm shocked that we're still doing this. So when I saw that, I was like, wow, the reality is, if the biggest and most profitable network marketing company in the world is saying that this is their point of view, is that for them to go and create better websites, and while arguably one of the biggest visionaries of our time, Mark Zuckerberg, saying that we're shocked we're still doing that, the thought that came to my mind was like, wait a minute, we'll never catch up to this technology. There's not going to be a single network marketing company out there that will ever catch up with the technology. And so if that's the case, and it is, it just won't happen, instead of trying to compete and try to catch up with the technology, why don't we go out there and market the technology? Instead of trying to compete, we create. And I thought that was very, very interesting how GPS has taken this approach of not competing with anybody, but creating what was already self-evident and what every billion-dollar company out there is already saying and jumping in the game, which is, Apple just announced their goggles for virtual reality later this year. Google is doing the same thing. Samsung just launched theirs. Oculus just launched theirs as well. So you have all these billion-dollar companies jumping into the virtual reality, saying that this is the future, saying that this is where we're heading. And not only is saying where they're heading, they're already predicting it's expected to grow at 3,000% increase in the next 5 years. I mean, think about it. When was the last time any of us were involved in an industry or we were in front of a technology that was expected to grow 3,000% over the next 5 years? And this is why all these companies are out there, and these billion-dollar companies are there positioning themselves, getting ready for a trend and a movement that will tip the tipping scales from the innovators and the early adapters to the early majorities. Where early majorities where the people and the masses will one day and soon this year, so somebody basically within the next 24 months, the early majorities will have a virtual reality goggles and be operating and doing the things that we already do in virtual reality. So when I saw that we were in positioning ourselves in this avenue where we're taking advantage of a trend that is already happening, it's already here, it is not even arguably, nobody can argue around it, and how this avenue that we have chosen, our vehicle of distribution, is the best type of strategy to bring this type of technology in the marketplace. There was a movie that came out recently called Ready Player One. I don't know if you guys ever got to see that movie, but Ready Player One, it's a great movie. Steven Spielberg. It was #1. It came out a couple of years ago, and it was a big hit. And yet it was about virtual reality. And if you haven't seen it, I recommend you go see it. You'll love it with your kids, by the way. It's already out. You can probably find it in Amazon, or you can find it in Netflix or something. However, here's what impressed me about that movie. It talked about a virtual reality world, how we all are operating inside virtual reality, how people show up to work literally with virtual reality. It was an impressive movie. Over $150 million budget. It was amazing. However, here's what didn't happen. Right after that movie, nobody went out, and there wasn't this big movement towards virtual reality goggles where everybody went out to go buy reality. Even though it was such a successful hit, even though we can say that that's probably the best, that is probably the best virtual reality commercial. It's a 2.5-hour movie, so it's a 2.5-hour virtual reality commercial for the industry, yet it did not stick to the marketplace where people went out there and started buying virtual reality. That did not happen. Why is that? That's a great question for us to ask ourselves. And the reason is because this product, a virtual reality goggles, is a product that is perfectly designed for our industry. Think about it. Our industry, what do we do? What do the people in the industry of network marketing do? We are the hands and foot and mouth, and we bring a product to the marketplace. We let you experience it. We take a vitamin, we let you experience the vitamin. We take a service, we bring it to our friends and family and people, we let you experience it. And so that's the type of product this is. This is the best demonstrable product out there is. With an amazing wow factor behind it, where when people try these goggles on and they try the virtual reality goggles, I'm telling you, people will be shocked with the wow factor, and they'll be impressed and see about. And because most people have never even tried virtual reality goggles, when they try them on, they're transported to a different world that they never knew was possible. And it's just incredible to see the wow factor behind this goggles. So imagine being able to share these goggles with people. I joke around and say, hey, listen, I've been in the industry for the last 14 years. Every Christmas and every family holiday, my family already knew I was gonna bring some type of product with me to holidays. I was gonna bring it with me. I was gonna share it with them. And never once have my family have ever said, you know what, David, you know that vitamin you told me about, you know that like electricity saving deal you were telling me about? Never once have I been able to bring a product to the holidays where people were excited to try it on. But I see this product happening like that, where people, when in anybody that I share these goggles with, they literally will be shocked, will have that wow factor behind it, and is the best type of product to have a demonstration for. And that's what we do in the marketplace. So I believe that this industry is the industry that will push, and GPS is the company that will push the tipping scales from the early majorities from the early adapters to the early majorities. And that's and what I'm speaking to about. I'm speaking about biology, not psychology, but buying thing, like human biology, which is the idea of how purchases are made. You know, there's 2% of the population. If there was a graph, you can imagine a graph. 2% of the population, those are the innovators. Those are the Steve Jobs, the Walt Disney, the Elon Musk, the people that are the innovators in the marketplace. They bring products to the marketplace. Then you have the early adapters. Early adapters, those are the people that stand in line in line for a phone when they could, for 2 weeks they stand in line in front of the Apple store when they could get the phone later, a month later, and right away without having to stand in line. But they want to be first. Those are the 12% of the population. And then you have the early majority. They fall about 34% of the population. Then from that, you have a 34.5% of the population that is the late majority, and last is the laggers. They fall about 12.5% of the population. So that makes up about 100% of the population. And the laggers are usually the people that the only reason they have a cell phone is because they're one of those rotary phones that are no longer available. But the tipping scale between where the majority of people and the people and the people are buying a product in a marketplace and everybody wants it, the tipping scale is in the middle of between the early adapters and the early majority. And when that tipping scale goes about 18 to 20% into the early majorities, that's when a product becomes self-evident in the marketplace. We've seen it before. You experienced it already. You and I have. You remember there was this popular phone before the iPhone. There was 2 popular phones out there before the iPhones, very popular. One was the BlackBerry. If you guys remember the BlackBerry, you typed. It was that thing was amazing. I love my BlackBerry, by the way. I was a BlackBerry king, and most of us probably were. The BlackBerry, and before then there was a Razor phone, right? There was a Razor that people then adopted the BlackBerry. From the BlackBerry to the iPhone, this is where the smartphone came in. And we saw the transition. In fact, I remember I was the late majority of I didn't want to let go of my BlackBerry. Even though the iPhone was sick, I loved my BlackBerry and I didn't want to let it go. And a lot of my friends were like that too. But I saw the tipping scale until eventually I had to go into give me an iPhone or give me a smartphone. But this is what the mission that GPS has in place is bringing the tipping scales and bringing this product to the marketplace. And we're going to have 3 phases. And I'll go into this really quickly. 3 phases. Phase number 1 is the device game. Getting the device into the hands of the people out there and getting more devices. And if we were to sell just 1% of the population, just 1%, that's 3 million people. Which is you say, is that possible? More than possible. The fact that right now less than 2% of the population have this type of early technology, less than 2%. Acquiring 1% of the population with our model is so doable because it's the perfect product. But 1% of the population, that at each device $500. So 1% is 3 million. That's $1.5 billion just in revenue, just in the device alone. So the first game we win is a device game. Second phase, and all these phases that I'm going to speak about are happening this year. Second phase is the phase for e-learning and being able to create the content behind it. We're already sitting down with amazing entrepreneurs like John Maxwell to do private class with us, entrepreneurs like Les Brown, and other type of master classes like the #1 UFC coach in the UFC that it has trained over 500 UFC fighters, and being able to be with him inside the octagon when you put on your goggles and learn how to MMA, or the #1 tennis player in the world, or the #1. And so far we have over 200 different master educators, master classes, the influencers with the content that we're going to be releasing this year. And it's only getting more and more. I mean, we're talking to so many celebrities already. The people that want to be a part of GPS and want to become a part of the master class that we have, the virtual reality master class, which we call Virtual Reality Learning University, VRLU. So after the device game is #1, the content games #2. But the big vision, the overall big vision, is also bringing e-commerce. And e-commerce is so cool because what Mark Zuckerberg said in his presentation that he did in 2019, last year in September 29, 2019. His presentation said was something that caught my eye also was that he said, we used to be a race where we were based on connecting with each other and we were based on experiencing each other. What happened? Well, technology happened, he says. And when and the technology created a division between all of us. And it's easy to see. So I'm sure you've been in a situation where you're in a table with your friends and family or just their friends, and you look down and then you look up and everybody's on their phone. You've seen that before, haven't you? Where the technology has created separation. He also said that we used to be, prior to the early 2000, the year 2000, we used to experience everything. If we went out shopping, guess what? But we tried the clothes on. We tried the glasses on. We tried the hat on. We experienced the product before we bought it. And in the year 2000, I remember going to a seminar, which was a quick start seminar, and where they were talking about how in the future everybody's gonna buy things online. And I remember a lot of the people that were in the room, they were saying that's impossible. Nobody's gonna. Why would anybody buy something without experiencing it? That was the consensus. Today is self-evident. But here's what virtual reality, Mark Zuckerberg said that is reconnecting us again, is bringing us together. #1 in communication, where if we were in a virtual reality goggles and we all had them right now, we can meet inside of a virtual reality world, inside of a virtual reality room, and we'd be able to experience each other and really be inside that room experiencing each other. Here's the second thing. The second experience would be the e-commerce, being able to experience items before you purchase it. So if you're in a store, you're looking at a suit, you can virtual reality, augmented reality dictates that we can literally put on the suit on digitally, look at ourselves in the mirror, and be able to see what a suit looks on us without even leaving the comfort of our home. Ladies, you'll be able to experience the makeup and put on the makeup before leaving the comfort of your home too. So this is where we're heading, and I'm proud to be a part of. I'm proud to say that GPS will be the very first virtual reality mall that will let you experience your shopping before you are able to shop the product. Here's what's exciting as well. Like I said, we're the first one. We're the very first one. We're not going to be the only ones, but we're the first one right now. That's really, really exciting. So you and I have this opportunity to literally be the innovators and the early adapters of a technology and a industry that is coming together, which is the direct sales industry and the virtual reality industry coming together for the first time, and us being able to participate and marry those two industries combined, because I believe this is the perfect marriage with our product line and with our industry. We can create something that has never been seen before in the entire industry. I believe this will be a disruption in the industry, that people will see this and will just eventually will copy us. But in truth, right now, we'll be so far ahead of people that they'll still be catching up. Just like Amway is talking about creating better websites and better applications, we're already going to be marketing the technology of the future. So what I'll do right now, I'll open up the call, and you guys can unmute yourself at any point to answer any questions, and I'll be happy to help you with any questions that you might have at the moment.
Yeah, David.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you, so a lot of these people have never even experienced virtual reality. Can you show that 3-minute video so they can kind of get an idea what it's about?
Most definitely, most definitely.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and pull it up right now.
Also need that video too.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like of the technology curve, to be part of the shift, instead of watching from the sidelines, to actually know what's next instead of just wondering? Now think about if you could participate in and earn money off of the technology of the future today. Well, now's your chance. Welcome to GPS. I'm Danny Bay, chairman and co-founder of this innovative company. We're transforming the way people communicate, learn, grow, and experience life through our groundbreaking VR and AR technology. GPS offers the world's best all-in-one VR headset Pico G2 that delivers an unparalleled experience. Think VR and AR are just for gamers? Think again. We partnered with VRLU to bring you the world's first VR personal development and entertainment content platform that takes you beyond your imagination and puts you inside the action with the most respected, sought-after industry experts. Imagine making dinner in the kitchen with America's hottest chef, learning to shoot a basket side-by-side legendary athletes, not just watching a concert, but actually experiencing it with all your senses. GPS is making it all possible and more. The VR industry is already worth over $27 billion and is well on its way to being worth over $800 billion in the next 5 years alone. Remember when cell phones were for the rich and famous and people were shopping in line, not online? Now we can't imagine our lives without these things. That's the future of VR, with millions of homes already using this technology and millions more waiting to try it. And businesses are getting in on the action too, with major retailers already using VR to train and onboard employees and to give customers an opportunity to experience before purchasing. It's not a question of if, it's simply a matter of when. And through the innovative yet proven GPS business model, we're empowering people just like you to build a business, be your own boss, become a leader in a new commerce that's growing at a rate of 30 times over. By simply sharing this incredible technology, you're positioned to earn income right now off the future to live, work, and play. With GPS, that's not virtual reality, it's just reality, and it's yours to experience. Get ready to upgrade your reality and your life with GPS.
There's also another video here that I can share with you guys. The video for the goggles Pico G2 is still in Korean, but you'll still be able to see a little more about it. So let me go ahead and post it for you guys. There's no words anyways. Let me go ahead and share this with you guys. You guys can see this too. This is actually pretty powerful, the VR goggles. Wonderful. So those are some videos that are already available coming in at this very moment. Give me a second. Wonderful. So this is a couple of videos that tell you a little more about the opportunity and what we have going on. I believe that one of the things that gets me really excited about this is the fact that we're early on, and what you're seeing right now is the information that still is privileged. No one has seen it. We still haven't not even signed a single distributor, we call them influencers, inside here in the United States. So we are, and that's really exciting. The fact that we're in that place where no one is doing it yet. In fact, we're gonna have things. I think we've had maybe like 5 or 6 Zooms. Every Zoom has been around 20, 30, 40, 50 people seeing the information. So you're looking at this in a position where Korea, when they first launched, I mean, the first 4 weeks, over 20,000 people joined the business. The first 8 weeks, over 20,000 people joined the business, and you're looking at this in a place where you're looking at it within the first 200 people that are seeing this. So the privilege of seeing that in this position, I mean, there's only one line for the United States straight down. So for those of you that understand binary companies, you know that a binary positioning matters, and especially in the beginning. So you have that opportunity here with us. So Dan, I'll go ahead and turn it back to you, sir. Any other questions that we have? I have about 20 minutes. I have to jump on another Zoom.
Okay.
But I'm happy to answer any questions if anybody has any questions. Now, we also have a presentation where I'll be going over more details and compensation plan at 7 o'clock today, Central Time.
Okay. Yeah, okay. For those of you that don't know it, there's a computer stored inside that headset. The only thing that you don't need a computer anymore, because you'll have a computer with your glasses, and soon they're going to attach the phone as well. So you'll have the phone and the computer, and you can take it with you everywhere that you want to go. Now, didn't you say last night, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't you say something about when somebody purchases a product online or buys the glasses, that they're going to give them an introductory to join our business?
Yeah, what Dan referring to is whenever the goggles are going to come in with a interactive 2.5-minute opportunity video that will be talking about the opportunity in virtual reality. So imagine being able to simply share your virtual reality goggles with anyone, and automatically they'll see the opportunity within virtual reality in that from that experience, and the whole 360 view. I mean, you really is submerged into a world, a computer world, and so imagine people having that experience. It's a wow factor experience. This is why the sign-up ratio in Korea, I've never seen a 90% sign-up ratio in Korea like they're having right now in Korea, because when people put on the glasses, they're like, okay, I'm in. This is sick. I get it. It's one of those products. So congratulations. And that's all we say. Say, hey, congratulations, welcome to the team, because of it. So it's very, very powerful. And something else too is that imagine being able to market these devices, and for you being responsible to put a device inside someone's home with these devices. Imagine every time they use the device, whether they do e-commerce, purchase something, or they download a movie, or they download a training. Every time it's being used, you get paid. That's the overall big picture. Mm-hmm. You see, because Apple sold me my phone, but then we have applications. From the apps, I also have e-commerce. I buy stuff online on my phone all the time. Imagine every time someone downloads an application, every time someone uses and does an e-commerce, because you were responsible in helping that individual and get the devices of the devices for the virtual reality goggles, because you were responsible of doing that. Every time that individual shops within the virtual reality goggles, you get paid. And that's the overall big picture of it. Because my phone, it was just Apple just, I paid $1,500 for this phone. It's the latest one there is. But that was a one-time deal. Now I'm gonna keep using it, buying applications, shopping online, and the use of it produces residual income for Apple, Amazon, and all these stores and applications that I have in my phone. Imagine being you and I being the people that cash in on that, and you get a small percentage of every purchase that happened through that device. Let me tell you, that's powerful. That's really thinking long-term and positioning yourself to capitalize on this movement trend of e-commerce, or what we call EBP, experience before purchase type of commerce.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I'm familiar with the product, and it's definitely a product for a person who has the vision to see where we're going. Well, we're already there, really. Okay.
Yeah, true. We are.
It's not. So I'm quite sure there's a particular target market. But here's the thing. You said you're going to be doing an opportunity webinar, but on this one, for right now, because I may not have time to get on another one, no one mentioned what it costs to get started, or any idea of what's the economic value. I mean, I understand the positive particulars of it. I can see everything that you're saying, and there's a possibility of all that happening. But right now, to get started, to be a part of what's going on, what is it going to initially take?
Let me go ahead and share my screen with you, so you can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so this. Okay, well, let me go ahead and share this with you. Give me just a second.
My name is Gary McGuire.
Gary McGuire. It's a great name. Okay, Mr.
All right, Jerry.
he didn't get that, did he, guys?
No, he didn't get.
He didn't get that.
Show me the money, of course.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
I couldn't see your name, so I didn't know if you were really saying that. I'm like, I don't want to say something wrong here, but all right. Show me the money.
Yeah.
So take a look at this. This is becoming a GPS influencer. It's only $99. How simple is that? It's very, very simple. Now, purchase the Pico G2 is $500. Now, how does that compare in the market? Very competitive. The Oculus Quest is $600. So we're already below Oculus Quest. Yet the quality is just as good, if not better. And then you have other devices. There are other devices. By the way, Jimmy, we're not just gonna have one device, Pico G2. We're also gonna be able to market other devices for $200, devices for $1,000. There's different devices. Just the same way there's a cell phone that costs $1,500 or $1,500. The same way we'll be able to market those as well. But we have to start somewhere, and we're starting with the Pico G2. It's a great middle ground for all of us. $500 gets you the Pico G2. And then the subscription for VRLU, Virtual Reality Learning University, is $99 for a total of $698. You have a business. But here's what's exciting too. And Jimmy, you probably seen this. A lot of companies in network marketing, let's face it, a lot of times it's their service companies, which they don't give you anything. They turn on the website for you, or they give you a back office for $1,000, $2,000. Not to talk bad about any of those companies, but you have Milius, you have iBoomerang. I mean, all those companies, they don't give you anything physical. You don't have nothing, no value. If you don't do anything with it, guess what? You just lost in the money. With us, you're getting in a piece of technology. It's an open technology that you can use for anything. You're literally having, everybody will feel, whether they do anything with the opportunity or not, let's just worst case scenario, let's say they don't do anything, they still will feel like they have value with these glasses, because they'll be able to use for whatever they want those glasses for. So that's exciting and very easy to justify buying a business for $698 when you're getting a piece of equipment that typically Samsung just announced their virtual reality goggles, and they're charging $1,300 for their goggles. For $698, you get a business with us, plus you get a piece of technology, plus the content, plus the opportunity to make a ton of money with us and be able to market the technology of the future.
Well, let me ask you this. Excuse me. I just want to make sure I'm clear. So, in other words, these are not separate purchases. All this happens at the time of sign up. You have to order the product after you enroll as an influencer, and you have to order the subscription at the same time. Is this what you're saying?
Well, someone can just buy a position for $99 and become a GPS influencer.
Okay, that means they got their position. They can still market the product.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and now there's a rollout in this. How long down the road are we looking? I mean,
we're looking for pre-registration in the next 7 days. I mean, we're pre-registration and officially launching in May 15. The latest will be May 15.
Okay. All right, I got one other question. I'm done. Okay.
No problem, sir.
You said it's a binary, right?
Yes. You want me to show you that?
Well, yeah, but the main question is this: does it have flushing?
No, it's a non-flushing binary.
All right, 'cause I'm about to hang up on you real quick. You know that, right?
Non-flushing binary, sir. Trust me, when I've been looking at components for 14 years too. When I heard it was a non-flushing binary, I was like, yes.
That's right. Okay,
Yeah.
that was my last question. So if you want to show that, it'd be great. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to take up your time, everybody.
No problem. I got about 10 minutes. I have to jump in another call, but let me go ahead and show this real quick. And what I can do afterwards, guys, I can send you a presentation on the comp plan afterwards for you guys to rewind, stop, look forward, or even at 7 o'clock, everybody's welcome to jump in at 7 o'clock as well.
Which is 8 o'clock for most of us.
We have 9 different ways we get paid. But I'll focus on, let me focus on two different ones so you guys can see. First of all, the leadership check matching. The leadership check matching is powerful because if you know check matching, for all personal sponsors that you bring in, you're gonna be able to check match 40% check matching on every personal sponsor, 4 generations down, 40%, 30%, 20%, 10%. This is the most aggressive check matching compensation plan out there. Why is it 40%? Because we understand that in leadership check matching, it's about leadership development. It's about working with your people. It's about helping other people. Well, how amazing is it to know that for every person that you work with, especially your personal people that you work with, that you bring in, you're compensated at a 40% check matching rate. And then there are people you're still compensating at 30%. Then there are people you're still compensating at 20%, and so on to 10%. But that is an amazing thing to do. When you're so compensated at a 40% check matching, you feel compensated. You feel good in helping the individual. I mean, we're all good people in this webinar. I imagine. I know we are. We're gonna do that anyways. But that's just an amazing compensation plan. So that to know you're gonna get paid 40%. Now, then the other compensation, number 4, is the monthly influencer level bonus. Let's talk about that, which is right here. This is the working in the working leg, what we call the lesser leg, right? Working leg. You have, when you create 10,000 in volume, and this is all counts, right? I'm counting spillover. I'm counting people that are bringing in customers. People that are bringing in influencers as well. So everything counts as volume. Everything counts as volume. And this is not all personal, bringing personally. You're getting paid right here. Let's say influencer 1,000. It's a 10,000 in influencer volume. You make 10%, and that's $1,000. Plus you get a bonus of $1,000. And then you have here, let's go over to influencer 5,000. For 50,000 in volume, you make $5,000 in a binary, plus a $10,000 bonus, advanced level bonus that you're gonna get, which is amazing. But look at these advanced level bonuses. This is it. This is amazing. A lot of times in network marketing in this industry, I think we can all agree that there's people that make good money, but at the end of it all, for something. Network marketers are not the best at managing their money. Let's just call it like it is. Very few people have been good at that. And to create wealth, we experienced people at this point know that it takes three things. It takes making money, but not just making money. You got to keep your money afterwards, right? Keeping your money is a different skill set. Then you keep it, you have to grow it. Making it, keeping it, growing it. You tie those three things together, you can create financial freedom. Not just because you make it doesn't mean you're going to keep it. Just because you keep it doesn't mean you're going to grow it. We know this already, okay? So what does this mean? Why this excites me is because we have here like the advancement level bonus. Look at the top advancement level bonus. So $3 million advancement level bonus. Yes, does it take 10 million a month in volume? Yes. Does it take work? Yes. Does it take time? You best believe it. But even if it takes us 5-10 years to get a $3 million advancement level bonus, man, that's next level. Even before that, it's $1.5 million. Before that, 500,000, 150,000 before that. Why do I like these so much? Because many of us, if not all of us, have bumped into opportunities of investment, of growing our money, but because we didn't have a lump sum of money to invest in that real estate deal, to invest in that stuff, that IPO, the IPO that we heard about. You know, I can remember a time where a friend of mine asked me for $300,000 to invest into an IPO for an oil company. This happened 40 years ago. I did not have $300,000 saved up in my bank account. I was not able to do anything less than that. And I passed on the opportunity. What a mistake that was. That company went public. It went public. My $300,000 would have turned into $20 million. And to this day, I still think about that. But I didn't have it. And so, and I know most of us have been in a position like that. If we just had a lump sum of money, with the things that we could do with a lump sum. And that's what this opportunity right here of getting our hands into a lump sum of money for us to grow that money afterwards, that's powerful. But you have here all the way down to the influencer of 200,000, which the binary caps at 200,000 a month, but including the other 8 ways we get paid. When you reach the top of the binary, influencer 200, adding everything up, that person, the influencer 200,000, even though they cap at 200,000 the binary, with the check matching, with the leadership bonuses and everything in between, that person will be making about $1 million a month. Just a very quickly explanation of the binary.
Jimmy, you're talking about how you like to visit your daughter in Greer, South Carolina, right? With these glasses, you're going to be able to be in your living room, and she puts her glasses on. You're going to be able to be right beside each other, and you can pick a spot like right in front of the Eiffel Tower to drink a cup of coffee or Coke or something like that. This is what these things do. And then they also have something where these gloves, they also create sensations too. Like there's a video out that I passed around where this mother, her daughter died. She was like 8 or 9 years old, and she basically came back, and she spent the whole entire day with her. Now, David, are they allowed to hug them and stuff like that, or how's that work?
You know, that was a special case that happened in Asia where a mother, there's a lot of times that tragedy happens with children pass away early or loved ones pass away, and instead of we go to the cemetery and we visit our loved ones. I was just in a cemetery just a few months back visiting my grandmother who raised me, and it was an emotional experience for me. But imagine being able to, in this case, she put on the goggles, and what they did, they created a program for her where her daughter was there virtually, and she could see her daughter, and even have sensor gloves where she can touch digitally her daughter and feel the sensation in her hands. And it's kind of controversial at the same time for some people. I understand that, but this is a lady chose to have that experience. Instead of going to the cemetery, she visits her daughter virtually, and that's something that she wants to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my alarm. Thank you very much, Dan. I have to let it go. We have to end up the webinar right now. But what I'll do, I'll go ahead and send you this recording on top of the fact that we have a webinar coming up in an hour. Right. And also, we have recordings of the entire presentation of what's coming. I would love to share the information with you guys. We're early on. Again, I'm talking about launching in May. So you're looking at this at an early stage. Pre-registration, we're talking about next week, but the actual launch we're talking about in May. So we're so early on, and this is a great place for all of us to be. I'm not even in the company yet, by the way. I haven't even signed up. So we're all here in the same boat, just looking at analyzing a company that is making waves in Asia and is about to make a move here in the United States, and we get to be privileged to look at it first.
Yeah, David, one more thing. Okay, to get on your webinar at 8 o'clock Eastern time, do they need to register, or is there just a separate link? Because I've got the link to register, and I can send it to them.
I'll send you the link right now, and you can forward it to everybody.
Okay, cool.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a great day.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Nice meeting
Thank you,
all.
David. Appreciate
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir. Thank you, Mr. McGuire.
Yes, sir.